Número 11 de Los Ángeles, California, Desmond Bayside.
What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Dez360 tuning in, providing you that motivational and inspirational content to help supercharge your grind, your journey, your vibe. Shouts out to all my flame keepers, keeping that eternal flame lit within you. Let that passion fuel your fire. So let's get right into it today. I have a story on how I became a professional athlete in Mexico. Let's do it. So in 2014, I returned to the US after spending 2 years of my life in the Philippines. 2 amazing years with a lot of life experiences and realizing my dream as an overseas basketball player. Now I want to try some new challenges. When I was living in the Philippines, I always had the thought of playing in Mexico, and when I returned to the States, I wanted to actually go give that a try, see what it would be like. But I really had no idea on how to get out there or any real connection to get me playing. The one thing I did know is that I was going to continue to put in the work, and somehow, some way, my energy would be received by the universe and the opportunity would come. So I spent my summer playing in various pro-am leagues in Southern California, building my network. I would consistently put the hours in the gym, spending hours. I used to work out at 3 a.m. every day and then go in there in the daytime and get another session, just becoming maniacal with my craft and understanding I'm gonna keep putting this work in because my vision is gonna come alive. There were times when it was pretty frustrating because I'd be in the gym working really hard and just waiting for an opportunity. At the end of the day, the thing that I knew for sure is the opportunity will come. Will I be ready? I think they say luck is when preparation meets opportunity. So I knew I'm gonna prepare as much as possible so that when that opportunity comes, you can call me lucky. Funny enough, this is how I got the connection to go play in Mexico. While I was training at the gym, someone else walked in, and I would notice him. He would come in and shoot around and he was a good player. So I'm like, this guy, I hear he plays overseas. Where does he play? So one day he approaches me and he says, hey, I heard you play in the Philippines. And I'm like, yeah, I heard you play overseas. Where do you play? And of course, he goes, Mexico. And once he said that, I was like, wow, that's awesome. I have been looking to play in Mexico for pretty much this whole summer ever since I've returned from the Philippines. I have some footage. I'd love to work out with you. And he already knew my grind. He saw that I was dedicated, committed, and about it. He introduced me to his agent, and the next thing you know, I was getting ready to go to Mexico. Hopefully you're enjoying this story. If it's motivating or inspiring you in any type of way, please hit the like button, drop a comment, subscribe. Let's get right back to it. I went to go play in Chihuahua, Mexico. So Chihuahua is south of Texas. So going into Chihuahua, I had so many thoughts in my head. First off, I showed up with a bunch of tank tops, and Chihuahua is super cold. I didn't even know. As a basketball player, you're just looking for the opportunity to play. So you'll go anywhere. And you'll do anything to get that opportunity to showcase your skills, your abilities, something that you've dedicated so much of your life to. So basketball is a lot bigger in Mexico than I thought it would be. Getting ready to play in front of these arenas, traveling up and down the country to different city states and playing there, and overall just seeing, wow, basketball has a pretty big following in Mexico. The cool thing about Mexico is I actually speak some Spanish, Yo hablo español. Hola, hola, ¿cómo estás? Me llamo Desmond Bayside. Soy un jugador del equipo de Guatemoc, los Manzaneros de Guatemoc, profesional, jugador de baloncesto. Something like that. And it was also really cool to be in Mexico because compared to the Philippines, which had a 14-hour time difference, there was only a 3-hour time difference in Mexico. I had visited Mexico many times to visit family, so it was cool to be in a new part of and just to embrace all the little things.
Power walk, slow. Pick up the pace a little bit.
All right, there you
Here
go.
we go. Here we go.
You got 10 seconds.
Something really funny is we walked into a shoe shop, because I'm like, let me get some shoes, some swag, let me see what they have going on here. And they had like this statue I thought it was Michael Jordan, but it was like Magic Johnson too. So it was like the 32, but he had the Bulls uniform. So we called him Magical Jordson. Shouts out to Magical Jordson. And yes, I had to grow the mustache out there. I always had this vision. I'm like, if I go play in Mexico, I'm growing out my mustache and we're gonna have that footage. So that is me with the mustache right there. So what was a typical day like in Mexico as a professional athlete? We would have games on Friday and Saturday. So every week we would have back-to-back games and we would prepare leading up to that. Monday through Thursday, get our food, show up to the practice court, run through practices for a few hours, come back later, get another session in, and just repeat that. 2 sessions a day for sure, and then your own workout, right? And that's in the weight room somewhere. That's with teammates. That's putting in the extra work. Friday night comes around, the lights are on, and you gotta show out, you gotta do your thing. It's a business at the end of the day, so although you're living out your dreams as a professional athlete, there's a lot at stake, so you gotta put the ball in the hole, you gotta win. If you lose, oh yeah, you're gonna hear it. So I still remember coming out. They had these extravagant introductions for the players. Love it, it's that energy, and then you gotta prove it on the court. So that whole vibe was really a dream come true, and it keeps you wanting more. At the same time, it keeps you grateful and super thankful all the work you put in to see it pay off. So you had your sponsors. We were sponsored by Sprite, Coca-Cola, different brands, and you'll see your picture up here and there. You're doing interviews in another language, which was really fun for me, just doing interviews in Spanish. So you're allowed, I believe, 2 Americans per team. I qualified as a Mexican American because my father's from Mexico. That also made me a hot commodity. At times people would question, hey, is that guy even Mexican? Yes, I'm Mexican. Such a great experience doing what I love. I only spent 1 year out there, but honestly, that was a beautiful year for me. Got to play, got to do the things I love, got to break some ankles, and most importantly, getting out there, chasing my dreams. So that is my journey as a professional athlete in Mexico. So if anyone else out there played professional somewhere, overseas, D1, whatever it is, if you've lived out your passion, I'd love to hear your story. Drop a comment below. We have more to come because I took everything I would learn on the hardwood, AKA the basketball court, and then I would next transfer that over to what we call hardware, because after basketball, I became a tech entrepreneur and CEO and started my own company. But I took everything I learned from basketball and translated it there. We'll get into that later. Thanks so much, everyone. Des360 signing out.